Amazon have just rolled out what is genuinely the most seller-friendly fee update in years. And I'm not exaggerating. We're talking savings of an average of 15p per unit across the board, with referral fee cuts of up to 10 percentage points in some categories. And an expansion of the low-price FBA program that could save you 40 to 45p on every single unit that you sell under 20 quid. Now for context, I've done over £5 million in Amazon sales since I started this business back in 2022 at age 19. I'm now 23 and I'm clearing 30 to 40 grand profit a month. So I know exactly what these fee changes mean for real working sellers. This isn't theory, this is actual money in your pocket. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down every single 2026 fee change, giving you guys the exact old versus new numbers, and showing you examples of how much more margin you're going to keep. And I'll share my top tips at the end for squeezing every penny out of these new rates. So let's get into it. So Amazon actually announced all of these changes in 3 different waves. One at the start of December, then in early January 2026, and then later on in February 2026, so just last month. And we had the VP of Worldwide Selling on Amazon. I think that's his job title. I think it's Worldwide Selling Partner Services. He came out and he called this the biggest seller fee reduction ever, with an average of about 15p per unit saved across all European marketplaces. In my years of selling on Amazon, I've only ever seen fees go up, to be quite honest. It seems like every year I get a horrible email from Amazon announcing some sort of change. So seeing fees actually go down has been a real fresh of breath air. And I realize I said that in the wrong order, but I always do that for some reason. Now, why is Amazon actually doing this, right? You know, with most modern companies, it's all about shareholder growth, increasing revenue and profit year on year. So why is it that Amazon are optionally taking a reduction in the amount of money that they take from people like us? Now, the reason is they've got to compete. For so many years, I'm talking, you know, from Amazon's inception all the way back in like 1999 when they first allowed third-party sellers on their platform, all the way up until probably around 2015, they basically had no competition at all. There was no other kind of big online marketplace quite like Amazon. Obviously there was eBay, it's probably close second in the UK, but if you're watching this and you sell on eBay and Amazon like I do, you know that there is a huge difference in sales volume between those two platforms. But nowadays you've got sites like Temu and Shein coming in, and they've just offered like crazy discounts on seller fees. TikTok Shop does massive bonuses for new sellers signing up to their platform. And the reality is UK consumers in general are shifting more towards these platforms. It's not just a case of kind of appeasing the sellers. It's also a case that customers just want cheaper stuff, and they're just more and more choosing to buy it from these kind of new sort of Chinese sites that are popping up. Over 60% of Amazon's entire European sales are coming from third-party sellers, which means they're basically saying, for 60% of our current sales, we want to be offering customers a better price on these products. And not just that, they also want a better variation of products that can be offered on their platform. For some stuff, it's just not really viable to sell it on Amazon because it's a super cheap product. The kind of products that people are really loving on sites like Temu and TikTok Shop. But because Amazon charges sellers so much in fees, it's just not possible to kind of compete on these sort of prices where people are getting 0% fees effectively on TikTok Shop and they're buying these products for pennies. It's just not possible, at least before these fee changes. So this isn't just some sort of PR stunt from Amazon. Sellers genuinely will be better off, especially if you're selling a lot of cheaper products under like £20. So let me give you a rundown on the exact fees and how things are exactly changing going forward. So let me break this down category by category. So first up, we've got clothing and accessories. Items under £15 had their referral fee dropped from 8% to 5%, and items between £15 and £20 went from 15 to 10%. That could, depending on the price point, save you all the way up to £1 per unit, which is actually quite significant in the world of super cheap fast fashion and consumers wanting stuff as cheap as possible. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Amazon came out and did more fee reductions in these categories, especially, you know, just to compete with the world of places like Shein, where people are getting clothes for just ridiculously cheap prices. We've also got actually a new category, home product. In this category, we're seeing items under 20 quid dropping from a 15% referral fee all the way down to 8%, which is almost, you know, 50% reduction on the seller fees, which is pretty nice to see. On a £15 product in that category, for example, you're going to be saving about £1 per unit, which may not sound like a huge amount, but on such a cheap product can be a real game changer. In pet clothing and food, we are seeing our biggest reduction yet. For products that are under £10, we're seeing stuff go from a 15% referral fee all the way down to just 5%. That's a 66% reduction in just referral fees. And you know, on these kind of cheap items that you typically see on sites like Temu that are kind of pet orientated and stuff like that, that is going to be a real game changer for sellers, especially those of you that are doing private label and stuff like that. That is a huge reduction in fees. In the grocery and gourmet food categories, we're seeing another reduction for products under £10. So the referral fee will go from 8% to 5%, which isn't massive, but at that kind of price point, even a few percentage points really do matter. And in vitamins, minerals, and supplements, which is another new category introduced, we're going to see that same fee structure, identical to what we just saw with the grocery stuff, where we're now going to see just a 5% referral fee for anything under £10. Now, if you are selling any products in the home products category or in the vitamins category, these new categories that have been introduced by Amazon to offer this discounted fee rate, it is important that you're checking that your the listings you're selling under are actually correctly categorized under these new categories. Now, if you're doing private label and you kind of manage your own listings, that'll be a fairly simple change for you. But if you're doing arbitrage like me, where you're selling on other people's listings that have been created probably well before this change, it's important that you're opening cases with Seller Central, flagging up the listings that should be moved to a new category, and just fighting your case until they move it to that new category to unlock those fee savings. If you don't, you're just kind of pissing away money. So those are the category referral fee cuts, which is great and all, but let me tell you about something that excites me even more, and that is FBA fulfillment fee reduction. Now, honestly, it is quite hard to be this excited about something that is arguably kind of a boring topic. Hopefully you guys aren't dozing off just yet, but at the end of the day, this is going to be more money in my bank account, which means more money to spend in beautiful places like this abroad, and I can't really complain about that. So overall, across the board, FBA parcel fees have seen a reduction of about 26p on average. Now, last year we saw a big increase on FBA parcel fees for a lot of items, and essentially this year Amazon is rolling back and going back to the 2024 pricing, rolling back those big increases, which is really good to see. For products between 1.9 and 3.9 kilos, that's where you're going to see some real savings. You see an average of £1.83 per unit saved, which is pretty good, especially on like kind of those bulky products like, I don't know, appliances, maybe like laptops as well. Most laptops clock in between like 2 and 3 kilos. Stuff like that, you're gonna make a little bit of savings, as well as any kind of like bulky cosmetics and stuff like that. If you're ever selling like a triple set of litre shampoos or something like that, that weigh about 3.5 kilos, you're gonna see some real savings, and especially on those cheaper products, £1.83 saved is £1.83 earned pretty much. Over that 1.9 kilo threshold last year, prices just jumped like crazy, but now there's basically no increase. You know, you only pay a couple pennies more than if something was like 1.5 kilos, so that massive cliff has basically been eroded. And yeah, it is basically just Amazon reversing what they did last year and going back to the old prices, but I'll take it either way. And now let me tell you about the real game changer. And this will especially apply to people that are watching this that typically sell products under £20. As we've seen across the board, across all of the other fees I've already talked about, we've seen massive reductions for these cheaper products. And Amazon are expanding their low price FBA scheme to now include products under £20. Previously, it was £10 or under. You benefit from these reduced rate fees across all categories. You guys have probably definitely seen this before when you've been selling products at £9.99, and if you increase it to £10, suddenly you're paying more in fees and you're actually making less money, even though you're selling that product for a higher price. But from the 1st of February 2026, all items under 20 quid will now come under those reduced rate FBA fees. It gets a bit technical. I mean, I'll link the full kind of rates card in the video description, but essentially you should see a saving of about 40p, 45p a unit for products under £20, which really is a huge thing. It may not sound like a lot, but at volume, that is a huge saving. You know, over 1,000 units, that's £450 saved. If you're shipping 10k units in a month, you've just saved 4.5 grand with just these fee reductions. Now, a few categories are excluded. Definitely recommend you check out the rate card in the video description for a full overview of all the fees. Beauty, grocery, books, kitchen and industrial, a few categories like that are excluded, which is a real shame, especially the beauty and grocery ones. I mean, honestly, I feel like this would have made the biggest change if it did apply for those categories, but clearly Amazon isn't ready to bless us like that just yet. But we do still have the other fee reductions in those categories going live, so I don't know. You still save a little bit of money even if you're heavy in those categories. Now, unfortunately, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There is some bad news. Some fees are increasing. I mean, obviously, it's Amazon. You know, they're never just going to be rolling out good changes that benefit sellers all the time. This is mainly just about Amazon's bottom line. It's never about putting the sellers first. It's about Amazon wanting to keep ahead of Temu and TikTok Shop and these sort of platforms and keep their market share in the UK. They still do not care about you as a seller, obviously. So storage fees are increasing slightly, an average of 10% rise in storage fees, which is really upsetting. But thankfully, as an arbitrage seller, I'm not usually storing a huge amount at Amazon for a long period of time. I usually just buy a month's worth of stock, get it in, get it sold, and it's gone before I start accruing any storage fees. Return to seller fees and liquidation fees have also gone up slightly. So if you're doing removal orders and getting stuff sent back to you, you're gonna see slight increases in those fees, which is a shame, particularly for stuff like returns. Like, I handle all of my own returns. I don't let Amazon grade any of mine. They all get sent back to the prep center, even if Amazon would have listed them as like used like new or something, because I just don't trust their grading system. So stuff like that is going to hit my bottom line slightly, but it is outweighed by these reductions. You'll see an average of about 2p increase per unit with these storage fees and stuff like that, but that is negated by the 45p average that is going to be saved from all of the other reductions that I've already mentioned. So overall, this is good news for you guys, or all of us. We will generally be paying slightly less seller fees this year, at least until Amazon change their mind next year. Who knows what they could do. Hopefully we'll see another reduction, but I'd say it's probably unlikely. So now let me give you my top tips to take advantage of these new reduced seller fees. Firstly, you just want to reconsider any products that you've previously phased out because the fees were just too high on these cheaper items. Go through your purchase sheet, identify anything you were selling at £20 or less, check the category as well, and see if you can identify any opportunities for profit that you previously were passing up because the fees are just too high. But now that 50p reduction or whatever it is going to bring that unit back into profitability. You can also run the Amazon fee and economics report in Seller Central to get an idea of all of your ASINs that are qualifying for these fee reductions. And you definitely want to be auditing your pricing, you know, check if anything is £20.50 or something like that. If it's just that little few pennies over that £20 mark and you can drop it to get it to $19.99, you may see a reduction in fees that means that even though you're selling it at a cheaper price, you will be making more money at the end of the day. I'm hoping reprices across the board are going to be also taking into account these seller fee changes and keeping products just below that £20 mark where possible to maximize your profit. You also want to comb through your existing inventory, identify any SKUs that could be moved into better categories like the new home products category where you're going to be paying a reduced referral rate and just be paying less money to Amazon at the end of the day. You may have some listings that you're currently paying 15% referral fees because they're just in the wrong category when you could be paying like 8%. And this makes a massive difference to your margin. If you're heavy on FBM as well, it might also be time to reevaluate your shipping rates and your fulfillment method because, you know, maybe FBM isn't the right choice anymore. Maybe with these reduced rates on FBA shipping, you're saving that 50p a unit or whatever it is. And now that's now cheaper or the same, but with less hassle than shipping stuff via Royal Mail or Every or whatever you're currently doing now. Definitely worth taking a look at how you're shipping things and thinking, is there a smarter and more efficient way to be doing this? Realistically, most sellers have probably not even made it this far through the video. They've already turned off because they hear me talking about seller fees and they're just bored and they don't care and they're not going to do anything with this information. If you can be one of those sellers that takes this information on board, you're going to have a massive advantage this year because you're going to be able to sell products that other people didn't even think were viable. Now, what is my honest take on all this, right? Am I going to benefit? Who really benefits from this? Annoyingly, I'm actually probably not going to benefit hugely from this change. That is because I mainly sell like higher ticket products. I do a lot of DIY and tech and stuff like that. I'm not often selling these cheaper products under £20. For me, my bottom line is going to be fairly unaffected. Certain electronics categories already have low referral fees of like 7%, and these aren't being reduced further, which is a pain. If you hold a lot of inventory for Q4, like if you're buying throughout the year to sell out through Christmas and you're storing that all at Amazon as well, storage fees are going up, so you are going to see that hit your bottom line, especially on oversized items as well. And just generally, any sellers with slow moving inventory that are keeping a lot of stock at FBA for a long period of time, the aged inventory surcharge is not going away. So to be transparent, these fee changes are going to make very little difference to me, at least with my current inventory. However, it definitely will make me evaluate whether I should start aiming for these lower price products where Amazon are keen to reduce the fee, because with how fast TikTok Shop, Temu and these other platforms are continuing to rise, I could maybe see further reductions on this next year, you know. Touch wood. There you have it. That is the complete breakdown of Amazon's 2026 fee changes. Now, to be honest, this is the most positive fee update that I've seen since I started selling on Amazon in 2022. If you're selling products under £20 in clothing, home goods, pet or grocery, you've just been handed a genuine margin boost. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you are leaving money on the table. If you do want to scale your Amazon business and take things to the next level, click the link at the top of the video description to find out more about my 6-month coaching program. In the program, you'll get a detailed video course, one-to-one calls from me, regular group sessions, and access to a private leads channel where you're going to receive profitable products directly from me and my sourcing team. Finally, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and you can click up here if you'd like to see my full net profit breakdown to see how much I really made last year from Amazon. Catch you guys in the next one.